Hey guys, my name's Logan, and I am a draft beer technician. I am just deciding to do this for fun. So I'm going to call this Tap Talk because I do nothing but clean out beer taps, so there's that. So while I'm cleaning, I figured I might as well get out my thoughts and inner monologues for the world to see. I hope you guys enjoy it. So first things first, what is a draft beer technician? Well, you know those faucets that pour out your cold, delicious, tasty draft beers? I am the guy who cleans them and fixes them. So you get cold, delicious beer that doesn't taste like butt. I know. Fun, right? So, that's basically all I do. Well, during my day job. I'm also a professional body piercer, semi-professional singer, and I'd like to call myself a jackass of all trades and a master of none. So yeah, it is what it is. But I figured I might as well utilize this time while I'm cleaning, being bored, being alone, to talk to people. This will probably be like something I would do on a regular basis. I don't know how often, I don't know when, because it all depends on what bar I'm at and how dead it is. So, for right now, I'm at 123 Datura in beautiful West Palm Beach, Florida. If you've never been, I highly recommend it. It has a phenomenal staff who are extremely well versed in absolutely fantastic cocktails, craft beer selections, and some delicious food offerings as well. So if you're ever in the West Palm area and you're looking for something good to do on any given night, I highly recommend 123 Datura for sure. So anyway, something I want to weigh in on Spider-Man, the whole Sony merger, or lack thereof now, because of contract negotiations. Now, I've heard both sides of a lot of compelling arguments, but this is the only thing I'm really seeing. It's a constant. Sony gave up on it because they didn't want to share in profits for movie gross. Now, Disney, true enough, Disney does get merchandise sales. They get the merch, which is great. However, merch obviously isn't as lucrative as the movie. And when you've got a film that's grossing over $1 billion, and you're footing the entire bill, and somebody else is raking in the profits from it, I would agree it's time for renegotiation. Any of you guys? I mean, I know some people say no, some people say yes. I am very much of the mindset that yes, if you're going to be utilizing that much profit margin, you should be sharing in some of it. Sorry, Sony, all you're doing is licensing Marvel back a character that they sold to you ages ago. It's not like you're doing anything fucking great. I mean, we all saw Venom, right? Venom wasn't bad. It wasn't a terrible movie. It wasn't a good movie, but it wasn't terrible. You know, they obviously are panning out of Venom 2, which, hey, I'm all about seeing some carnage on the screen, literally and figuratively, but not the point. The point is, Carnage wasn't as successful as Spider-Man, especially without Spider-Man, or excuse me, Venom. Venom was not as successful as Spider-Man. So, like, Marvel's got a formula. Marvel's got a plan. Marvel has things that work. Things that Sony sorely lacks. Same thing happened with Fox. Why do we think the Fox movies sucked? Because they didn't have that idea. They didn't have that mindset. They were just terrible. Terrible films, terrible time. They just didn't pull it off right. Marvel's got something working exceptionally well. So hopefully, if what I've been reading also is going true, they're still in talks and negotiations. So who thinks, really, Sony should just give it up? Because I do. I think Sony should just sell it back to Marvel for an exorbitant amount of money and let Marvel run with the property. Because that's what we, the people, want. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know in the comments. Because, hell, I could just be talking out my ass at this point. But that's at least where my mindset is. Also, I was having a discussion with a buddy of mine earlier today as to X-Men. Because we now know that the Fox merger is complete and finalized. Everything's all said and done, and we are getting new X-Men films sooner or later. probably later because they're going to give it a little bit of a hiatus. But we're getting new X-Men movies on top of it. Who do you want to see play Wolverine? Who do you want to see play anybody? Because I will tell you what, some of the choices I've been seeing have been interesting, to say the least. Some of them I'm hoping might pan out. Some of them I'm not. But who do you think should play Wolverine? For my money, you know, honestly, I don't even know. Hugh Jackman's shoes are really hard to fill. They are. He played a phenomenal character. The only gripe I ever had about Hugh Jackman was he wasn't 5'4", like Wolverine's supposed to be. But that's just me being a comic nerd, so that's whatever. But beyond that, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine was it. Like, I grew up on that shit. Most of us did. When we watch those movies, you know what we think? We think Hugh Jackman. When I watched The Greatest Showman, I was like, wow, when's he going to pop out his claws? You know? Alright, no I didn't, but it's hard to come back from that. Granted, Fox did a terrible job with the properties. That's a rant you don't want to get me started on. If you want to hear my rant on that, go check out Riding Nerdy. It's a podcast I used to host many years ago. Well, not really many. It was like a couple. But there were many a night where we would sit around waxing intellectual about the next X-Men movies, and I would just go off on a tangent about how much I despise them. So if you want to hear that, go check out Riding Nerdy. If you want to keep with me, just know I'm not a fan. So yeah, with that in mind, I'm not sure who I'd want to play Wolverine. I'll be dead honest with you. Not positive at all. I think there are a lot of good choices out there. I think there's a lot of phenomenal actors anymore. And we've got a slew of fantastic people who could do it, but who could don the claws, you know? Moving right along, though, Ghostbusters re-release of the video game from the early 2000s is coming soon. I, for one, am super stoked. I was a huge fan of it. I love the way it played off of the original movies, and I'm really excited to see it remastered, because that remaster is going to be beautiful. Not to mention the fact that it's coupling with a bunch of other Ghostbusters-related stuff going on right now. Obviously, first and foremost, new movie coming in 2020. I am very excited. I'm a huge Ghostbusters nerd, and that is like one of my favorite properties. So to see a new movie done in a style that will complement the originals, I'm very excited about. For those of you wondering, gee, Logan, what'd you think of the 2016 Ghostbusters movie? I don't like it at all. And it's not anything to do with anything other than the fact that it didn't tie into the original movies. You know, like the cast, solid choices. Good, stellar cast for that, you know. The idea behind it, you know, bringing in a new Ghostbusters movie, yeah, really stoked about it. And then you just shot it to hell by not making it Ghostbusters. I'm sorry, but it was Bridesmaids with Protons packs, and like I didn't like it. The jokes were forced. It didn't feel organic. It felt like you were trying to cash in on the name, and that's about it. You know, the ladies could have had such an amazing movie had they had good writing. Really, sorry, but when you defeat your big bad with a protonic nut shot, you lose a lot of respect for me. Sorry. Moving on, though, the original Ghostbusters video game, like I said, that coming out. The new movie with Jason Reitman directing, the son of the original director, Ivan Reitman. Who could not be glad about that? After seeing the original teaser trailer where he teased the Ecto and the practical effects, and now seeing the Ecto driving around the streets of Canada, people taking videos, getting videos with Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson, who have rejoined the cast and are coming back for sure. It's really exciting for me. I'm super excited to do it, to see it come to life. You know, my kiddo, he's a huge Ghostbusters fan too. He's really excited for it, which is super fun for me because I get to take the next generation of little GB to go see a movie that will come full circle to what I know as a Ghostbuster fan, you know? Beyond that, we also have Halloween Horror Nights in Florida down here. We're going to have a Ghostbusters themed house. I don't know why all of a sudden it's so big, other than possibly tie-in for the movie. However, I am not complaining. I'm really excited about it. I've never been to Halloween Horror Nights before. So for a first year going, this is going to be stellar, because not only do we have Ghostbusters, we also have Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Stranger Things, and some Rob Zombie selections, which I'm interested to see how they pull that off and what they do there. But with that as it is, it's gonna be one for the books this year. I'm really stoked. So hopefully I'll be able to get some video from that and maybe show you guys if you want to keep it up with it. If you like what I'm doing, just chatting at you while I'm doing my job, let me know in the comments. Tell me, what do you want? What do you want to talk about? I need topics, I need subjects, I need you guys to give me things to discuss, realistically, because I can wax all day about a bunch of bullshit, but unless I got you guys here giving me some ideas, what's the point, right? Sorry, I'm trying to tighten this thing down. Don't mind my loss of focus. Also, fellow YouTube personalities, anybody out there recording themselves, how hard do you find it to look at the camera and not yourself when it's a front facing? Because I'm finding it so difficult right now. The worst fucking thing. But if you would like, wrong thing. If you would like to keep up with it, please like and subscribe. I definitely could use the follows. It's gonna be a fun time. I just started getting into the job hot and heavy, and you know, listening to music gets old. So I'd rather be able to chat with people online and, you know, get random mail and messages and comments and stuff. If you'd like to not see my ugly mug while I do this, tell me that too, because quite frankly, I feel like I've got a face made for radio, so it is what it is. But you guys are the shit. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you want more. Yeah, I'm gonna go finish up this tap line, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.